Thanks for watching Littleton Common. And now here's Barbara McRae and Mark Crory. Hey, here we are at the November edition of Littleton Common, and thanks for joining us. We again are at our lovely Prouty Woods location here, and it's a beautiful day, and it's great to be here talking with you and with you.
Good. Fun talking to you too.
Thank you.
Well, hello everyone. I hope you are all enjoying the fall weather and the beautiful colors. I heard that this was supposed to be a mild winter, but I'm not counting on it. It's New England after all, and wait a minute, right now, during the beginning of November, it's very warm.
It is, that's true. But I remember we moved to New Hampshire in October of 2000, and we had 2 inches of snow the day we moved in. So get ready, it's coming. Well, get ready to change your clocks too, because on November 5th, daylight savings time ends, and we will be back in the dark. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that daylight savings time was first proposed by Benjamin Franklin in 1784?
He was a busy man.
Yes, he was.
So much is happening in November along with daylight savings time. We have Election Day on the 7th, and don't forget that date. Our town meeting was on the 1st of November. The 11th is Veterans Day, and Thanksgiving is November 23rd, as well as Alan and I will celebrate our 60th wedding anniversary that day. But before that, I will celebrate my 85th birthday on the 17th. Gifts.
Gifts, right. 60 years? Wow. Well, if you do the math, if you're going to be 85 on the 17th and you've been married 60 years, we know that you were 25 when you got married.
Correct. I was an old lady compared to some.
Right. Well, as we're showing here on the screen, you could see the wedding dress that you wore on your wedding day, and this is you in your wedding dress now, and it still fits.
Well, almost. You know, I had to fudge a little bit because I was super thin then. And your body changes because I shrunk this way, and so the bodice is a little long for me. But it was fun to try it on, and that I actually could get basically most of it on. And the funny thing is, my granddaughter decided to try it on, and it fit her to a T.
Wow.
So now I know what weight I was when I got married.
Did you make that dress?
Yes. I had worked for Vogue, and so that was a Vogue pattern. And you know what? Back then, Jackie Kennedy was a big deal. So clothes were more styled towards what she liked, and I loved that style. So I decided to go with that. Today we're more into Lady Gaga and, you know, things like that for gowns. But that was I still enjoy the look of that gown. You know, I've been reading about birthstones and anniversary gifts. And you know what the 60th gift is?
No.
Diamonds.
Ooh, wow.
And I like those.
I bet.
That's why I've kept Alan all these years, because he's so good about every year giving me some sort of diamond.
Right.
So,
well, they're a girl's best friend, right? Isn't that what they say?
Right, absolutely. Actually, though, my birthstone is the type topaz and the citrine. And they're usually yellow to dark gold. And the dark gold one is called the imperial topaz. Well, of course.
Wow, yes, right. And I'm not really into astrological signs or anything, but you're a Gemini, is that true?
No,
Scorpio.
That's my husband. Gemini is myself.
Scorpio.
I mean Scorpio. See what you did? You
Sorry.
confused
Put that in there.
And I'm easy to be confused at this age, so be careful.
A Scorpio, you know, they have that stinger thing. You got to watch out.
Lots of things about Scorpio, and a lot I truly am.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? You wonder if people adapt to what they read that they're supposed to be, or if it just turns out that, you know.
Well, I think the first time I read about it, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. That's me.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on 60 years of marital bliss.
Yes, and truly, he's been very easy to live with. I'm not. We're opposites.
Yeah.
And he kind of calms me down. And once in a while, I try to, make him a little more, but he's not.
It's funny how that works out. Usually people marry their opposites because you then complement each other. You make the whole package.
Yeah, it's
the
true.
yin and the yang.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, really, I'm not kidding when I say that, I'm much more blah. And also, discombobulated or bobulated, whatever you call it. Yeah. And he is like the perfect combed hair, clothes and shoes, and I'm like, blah, all over the place. Yeah. But he never has complained about that, and I don't complain about this. But I do have one funny story to tell about when my mom was living with us, the first morning she was there. She and I were sitting at the kitchen table. We had on our pajamas and our robes, and our hair was all over the place, and we were just eating some breakfast, and Alan came downstairs, and he was all combed and perfectly dressed and everything, and my mother looked at him and said, "Is he like that every day?" And I said, "Yes, Mom, he is."
That's great. That's a good story. It's a good story.
Okay.
Well, again, congratulations on the anniversary and your 85th birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, November 14th is a dinner sponsored by the Friends of the COA, and it's appropriately called Friendsgiving. And it will be a traditional turkey dinner with all the fixings, but you need to call the COA to reserve your spot for this dinner, so call them at 978-540-2470.
The Holiday Bazaar is an annual Littleton tradition that kicks off the holiday season. And I had a chance to sit down with Nancy Morrison to talk about this year's bazaar. You know what? This is a special, special day for me because Nancy Morrison is here and she does such a fantastic job with the Holiday Bazaar. But I want to have her tell us about it. And I have a few things to tell her that she maybe doesn't even know or remember. So I just want you to meet Nancy Morrison. Hi, Nance.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here today. Finally, I got you to come here. But you are actually, let me say this, because you are actually a very, very important part of Littleton. You are involved in so many things, and you always are doing something for people. So this is important. I want you appreciated by this town because of the things that you do.
Well, thank you.
But your big thing right now is getting ready for the annual Holiday Bazaar, right?
Yes.
And I have to tell you something. Do you know, or maybe you do, that I also managed the Holiday Bazaar for a few years with Dawn Jackson?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do know that. I have a record that goes all the way back to 1959 as to who ran it and, the years they ran it and who ran it with them.
Aha.
So it's interesting.
So then you did know. I wasn't sure. I enjoyed it very much, and, we had a lot of crafters.
Yes.
The the Lions Club used to have serve a lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, that was in the old high school.
Yes, it was.
And then we had contests for the people that decorated their booths the best.
Yes.
So they got a prize. So it was fun. It was work. So I understand everything that you're doing. That's for sure.
It is a lot of work, but it's for the community, and we have such fun.
Yeah.
And everybody makes a little bit of money to go on with their community project that they do.
Yeah. They get ready for it early, because I know even with Garden Club, they've started already.
Yes.
Getting things done. But And I know sometimes there's things that happen that you go, oh, why did that have to happen, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you always manage to come through. So, but I want you to tell us just a few things about it. First of all, let's talk about Millie.
Yes.
There was your partner.
Yes, Millie was my partner for 15 years doing the Holiday Bazaar and passed right before it. But she worked really hard until she passed.
Right.
And I do miss her.
Of course, we all do.
Right, and her grandmother started it 64 years ago. Harriet Ruggles started it, and Millie wanted to see it continue.
Good.
So she asked me if I would join her and take this on as a Rotary project, and I said yes, I would. And Kirby Dolak and Pat Dolak were running it the year before I took it over. And as I say, it's been great. We've had a lot of fun. Millie always wanted to better the community and take care of organizations that needed help.
Oh, yeah. She did a lot, too.
She did. So she convinced me that we needed to do the snack bar, and 100% of the profit from the snack bar goes to an organization, which I gave you a list, Barbara, of
Right.
the organizations.
We will show
and
that.
We started the very first year with breast cancer. There's a reason for every single organization that I have given the money to.
Right.
And that's,
And it looks like a lot of money you've been putting out there, too. That is a lot. So wonderful. You must,
it's been great.
yeah, you have to be proud.
The community is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
Well, tell us a little bit about the beginning. Like when someone wants to be in the bazaar, first of all, they have to be nonprofit, correct?
Yes.
And so there's a few rules.
Yes.
And so say, for instance, I have someone nonprofit who wants to be in the bazaar. What are they supposed to do first?
They need to contact me, and this is the information I used to be able to send out through the newspaper. Now we don't have the newspaper.
Okay.
So they need to contact me, and then I'll give them all the rules and the regulations and everything that will cost, everything that they need to know about the bazaar.
Yeah, and there's a few things here about packaged food. Make
Yes.
sure it's prepackaged.
Yes.
And it only, open food has to be consumed right there, correct?
In the cafeteria.
Oh, okay.
It cannot be consumed in the gymnasium any longer because we have a beautiful rug in the gymnasium. So it has to be in the cafeteria, and it is served out of the cafeteria now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And if they have a raffle, they'd better remember to go to the town clerk, correct?
Correct.
And make sure they have a permit to do this. Don't forget
Correct.
that part. That's
Correct.
important.
Correct.
Really.
They have to do that. And
Yeah.
the police officer on duty that day can go around and ask to see everybody's raffle permit.
Oh, okay.
So that is, to make sure that it's all legal.
Right. And then you open at 6 on Friday night, right?
Friday night, 6 to 8 for them to set up.
Yep.
And then in the morning, 7 o'clock, and the general public's allowed in at 9 o'clock.
Ah,
And
okay.
Santa Claus comes at 10 o'clock.
Yes, Santa Claus. That's been a thing forever.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, and it's been fun. Always, I've had my picture taken with Santa Claus all the time.
Always. I've got pictures of Millie with Santa Claus. Always.
Hey, I'm a believer. What can I say?
That's right.
So, yeah, my children were too big to have pictures with them, so I had to do it. Right, let me see. I want to make sure I go down some of the stuff of your list
Go right
because
ahead.
it'll be, easy for them to remember. And, yeah, you've talked about the checks being sent to you, too.
Correct.
And you'll tell them all that. And that, they have to bring their own tables and chairs, correct?
Correct.
All right. And I can remember, too, I used to have Alan come in and set up for the knitters and for the COA, and sometimes George Sanders would help us, too. He's good about that, too.
Yes.
And they have to make sure that they clean up after they're finished.
Absolutely. And their trash goes home with them, not in the school dumpster.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And if they need plugs or anything, they're put in a spot that has all that, but they have to let you know.
Correct, they have to let me know, and I try not to move any nonprofit group that comes every year. I keep them in the same location. It makes them happy, they know where they go.
I know, and they have always talked about that. I was over here last year, I want to be there again.
Yes.
That was a good spot.
Absolutely.
And you want to keep everybody happy if they're going to be in it too,
Yes.
right? And let's see. Yeah, you have to have freestanding displays, correct?
Correct.
And close to your table, I guess. You know, you don't
Correct.
want them out in the aisles or anything where
No.
people would trip over them. Or, okay, good. And then there's masking tape on the floor so that they know where they go.
Correct.
And
signs
right.
there.
Oh, and then the school groups at the Holiday Bazaar are asked to bring a bag of groceries for loaves and fishes.
Every group I ask to bring a bag of groceries for loaves and fishes. They
That's
can bring
nice.
multiple bags. They can bring, just a couple. Loaves and Fishes for the last 2 years has weighed what I bring up to them from the group, and we have given them over 350 pounds the last 2 years in a row.
Wow, that's good. You know, that is such a good cause. So
Yes.
I don't think we did that. So now I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know if Loaves and Fishes was started back, Barbara, when you ran.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't recall it. Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm trying to think here that you all will be collecting the bags beforehand, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
And Friday
and they won't be in
evening-
their way either.
Right. Friday evening, when they set up, they can give it to me, or they can give it to me on Saturday morning before we open the doors for the general public.
Oh, that's good.
Right, and I have somebody that's going to take and put it in their vehicle and be able to take it up on Saturday up to Loaves and Fishes.
Wonderful. That's great. So I think I've gone over the basics anyway, and I hope everybody that's going to be in it and watching will, follow this and, make it easy for you, for one thing, because you have to remember that Nancy's going to be running around doing a lot of work, and so it gets to be, I'm sure, a little overwhelming at times.
It's busy.
But this would help you just to have it ahead of time and
Yes.
keep doing.
And I do want to mention that last year I had the masks out and I had sanitizer. I will have that again at the entrance for anybody who would like the sanitizer or like a mask to wear. They can take one for free.
Good.
And, thank you for protecting Littleton.
Yeah, good. Because you do get a pretty good sized crowd.
We do.
Yeah.
We do, which is awesome.
Yeah. And one of the things I know is the Historical Society will have a new building block this year.
Awesome.
They'll find out when they get there what it is.
It's always a surprise, and I always get mine. I've got them for the last, 17 years or whatever when they started.
Actually,
Yeah.
I do them, and I found out it's probably been about 26 years.
Really?
I can't believe it. Where does this time go?
I don't
I was
know.
just doing the bazaar yesterday, and now you're doing it.
How true, how true.
I was a lot younger to do it then, though. Anyway, yeah, it's fun, and it's fun for people. I love the part that when I go in, I see people I haven't seen in a long time,
Absolutely.
and I get to stop and grab them by the arm and go, "How have you been?" and and it's really fun to see them.
It is.
I don't see them during the year, and sometimes for a few years.
That's true. That's true.
You get a chance to see them a lot.
Well,
'Cause
and then I got to say, where did that face come from? Where is that name?
Yeah. Well, you're still doing a lot at the school too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you get to see more people all the time.
We do.
Anyway,
I was going to say, I've got, last year I had 51 organizations that joined us. I've sent out invites to all of them again this year. I also have our new president for Rotary, Chris Alphen.
Okay.
He is the owner of Dolphin Insulation, and he is the one that runs, it was called Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Oh, okay.
The Build-A-Beds, I will have him in the lobby, again, before you enter into the gymnasium. And he now has changed it to Deb's Bed Build. And he's doing, bed builds all the time. Anybody wants his contact information, he'll be at the bazaar and he can give you the information. And he'd love to have any organization or anybody come and help build beds for little kids.
Oh, this is great. You know what? I haven't done my building lately, but that's one of the things I love to do. I love to build things. I love to refinish things. So I'm going to have to talk to him.
Definitely.
I have my own tools.
Definitely. He's got all the tools and everything, and he builds it right here in his shop, in the old mill building.
Yeah.
So he's right there in that shop.
Oh, how fun. I
And
want to go in.
People come and help him, and the little kids, when they get their beds, they are smiling from ear to ear, bouncing on the bed, and they're just so happy.
How does he get mattresses?
Mattresses come from Box Drop Mattress Company in Worcester, Mass.
Okay.
And he gets the mattresses from there. They're not inexpensive, as everybody knows. Currently, I think it's $110 a mattress.
So, if you're not going to help build, maybe you can donate that
Yes,
money
you can.
towards the mattress.
Yes, you can donate your money towards a mattress if you'd like.
Yeah.
Your organization can. He's more than welcome to have people come and visit and see what he does. And we now brand the end of the bed with a Rotary sign on it so they know it came from the Littleton Rotary Club.
Good, good. Yeah. Yeah, but like I feel better about being able to donate something if I couldn't build something.
Yes.
Because they need the mattresses with it.
They need the mattresses.
And, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And we also, he has donations from bed pillows from different groups, donations of the twin bed sheet sets.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot to be done then.
Yes, and then there are blankets. Different organizations in Littleton have made blankets, the fleece that's tied together, or they can buy a quilt if they like one they see, or they can make a quilt and donate it. And the little kids are so excited when they see them.
Well, the other thing is the Afghans that are knit,
Yes.
or, they're knit, right?
Yes.
Or crocheted. But anyway, some ladies love to do that, and they try to think of things they can make. They could make those things.
Absolutely.
Gee, great.
Absolutely.
So there you go, right at the bazaar. You've got so many good organizations and doing good things for their organization and for Littleton.
Yes.
And so we want everybody to get out there and support these groups and look forward to seeing your friends there. So Nancy, tell me about that ribbon before we leave.
This ribbon here that I'm wearing, when we did the dedication of the ticket booth down on Alumni Field, this represented Millie. So we had a great dedication. There's a plaque, if anybody'd like to see it, to walk down, you'll see it. The plaque on the building is a picture of Millie and all of the different things she did in the town of Littleton in her lifetime. And it's on the side of the building that faces the bronze tiger. The bronze plaque's right there.
Okay.
And everybody can go and see it, and we positioned it so she's under the lights.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for telling us all about our bazaar, which is coming
December 2nd, 2023, 9 to 3 in the Littleton Middle School, 55 Russell Street, in the gymnasium, and the cafeteria will have the lunch.
Good.
The Park and Rec will also be in the cafeteria. They're going to do a couple of games or projects for the kids to do and have fun, so Mom can shop without them.
Yeah, good. So it's organized to the top.
We hope.
Yeah, yeah. You do a good job.
Thank you.
And thank you again for all of that, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, thanks Nancy for that, stopping in and giving us the lowdown on the Holiday Bazaar. I hope that you all attend that. Be sure to attend the annual pancake breakfast on Thanksgiving morning at the Littleton Middle School cafeteria. It's sponsored by the Littleton Rotary Club. And then when you're done filling your belly with pancakes, make your way over or stumble over or crawl over, whatever you have to do after that, to Alumni Field, where the Tigers will take on Air High School in the annual Turkey Day football game. And the kickoff for that is at 10 a.m.
Thanks for watching Littleton Common. We hope you are enjoying the holiday season with family and friends. So see you next time, and don't forget to hug a senior.